Welcome back to another day in the life at Rint. We're starting off in the engine room today. Steve's been busy. As you saw last week, he was working on the 964 black restomod engine. Steve, where have you got to so far?
Well, now we've got the two halves of the crank together. The pistons and barrels have gone on, and then I've machined the heads to suit the new barrels with the C-rings on there. So that'll be going on shortly, and then we'll be on to timing next week.
Hey Joe, so last week you were finishing off the 944 race car. That's all running now. Customer's picking that up tomorrow. Today, there's not a lot left on this bench of the 356 restomod engine.
We've got it in boxes and on the top. It's all very dirty at the moment.
Right.
Stripping it all down. We've got new barrels and pistons. This is about to be sent off to be potentially reground and polished. We'll have it all checked out. Once it's all checked out, we'll start rebuilding it.
Fantastic. Okay, well, certainly you cracked on with that. There's about a few bits left.
Yes, you're a bit slow.
Great stuff. We had a really exciting day yesterday. We fired up the 964 restomod for the first time. It ran beautifully. We took it up the drive a couple of times. It's going to go in for four-wheel alignment tomorrow. But James is just working on the last couple of bits of the interior. I truly think this is probably the best interior that we've ever done on a car. I'm not saying none of the other ones that James has done have not been excellent, including my car he's built for me. But take a look inside this car. It's absolutely stunning. James, can you talk us through a little bit what you've done in the car?
Well,
apart from everything, basically, yeah.
Pretty much everything's been custom in this car. It's there's barely a panel in it that hasn't been made from scratch, and slightly different to standard, more than slightly different to standard.
It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we talked about it the other day, or one of the other videos, about the Le Mans Spirit of Le Mans cloth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the navy blue leather. But you know, just what you've done and taken those kind of materials through to the dashboard, the door cards. It's just absolutely pops, doesn't it, all the way through the car?
I had to do a couple of little bits of relief here and there. Well, aside from the dashboard, that was a bit of an executive decision of myself.
Yeah.
My own one. Aside from that, the main thing was the circular lock surround.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a relief with using that same Spirit of Le Mans material.
Yeah. They look absolutely brilliant, and the door pulls and the door shuts with those little leather trimmed edges in the orange. It's just themed throughout the whole car, right? So,
yes. Yeah.
And we've even been really good and kept the Rint car covers on the car to protect the seats, haven't we? So, and by the way, if you want to buy one of the Rint seat covers, they're on the store. I think it's $19.95. But I think, James, you should be super proud of this, right? I know you are, but you know, when somebody, when the customers come in and they see just the amount of detail and the work that goes into this, they're absolutely bowled over, and I think it's a great moment, you know, when we do those kind of reveals with people, right?
I was certainly cursing it at one point, but now it's all come together. I'm really happy with it. It looks pretty special.
So last week you saw us up at Nitron. We were doing the final bits of putting the new suspension on one of the Cayman race cars. Car's back now. Nitron delivered it back yesterday, or actually Bubs delivered it back this morning, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, collected it this morning.
So what are we going to do now, Bubs? Because we put the engine in, didn't we, to get all the ride heights and give it some weight. So I'll take it we've got the engine out again now, have we?
Got to get the engine out, got to change a few ancillaries on there. Air oil separator, coolant pipes, and we're going for a bigger sump as well. So we don't have any oil starvation problems on track. And then once that's done, the engine will be back in, and then she's ready to launch.
Brilliant, fantastic. Let you crack on. Thanks,
Thank
Bubs.
you.
Okay, another addition to the workshop this week is this rather lovely manual 928. It's coming for some restoration work. Jack, what are we doing to this car?
So this 928 is in for a full suspension refresh, as long as it's an underside cleaning. So it was first stripped, all the parts were sent off for powder coating or blasting, so alley parts are kept alley and just blasted. Powder coated parts are then powder coated back to black. Before we put anything on, we're going to get a dry ice blaster in here to dry ice blast all the underneath and get all the crap off of it as much as we can. And once that's done, I will start putting the bushes together, start putting new brake lines in, and then yeah, the suspension will start being put back together and put back on the car.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jack. That's it for another day in the life of Rint. Up next will be a video on a 3-litre SC that we've just taken in, backdated. Click subscribe and watch the videos.